Hi, and welcome to the video guide to using SPARKvue software with Essential Chemistry. There are over 70 laboratory investigations, including engineering design challenges, over half of which use live data collection with Pasco sensors and SPARKvue software. Each investigation or challenge that uses live data collection includes a student handout, plus a SPARKvue experiment file. These experiment files have the same name as the investigation and can be found inside the SPARKvue application. To open an experiment file, launch the SPARKvue application and click the button titled Open Pasco Experiment. Then click where it says Essential Chemistry. All of the Essential Chemistry experiment files are found here. Click the file name and then click OK to open it. Each experiment file has been set up to match the specific experiment. All you need to do is connect the correct sensor and then follow the instructions in the handout to collect data. To connect a sensor, first make sure your sensor is turned on. Then click the Bluetooth button at the top of the screen. Click on your sensor in the list to connect it. You can verify that your sensor is working by checking the live data reading at the bottom of the screen. Some investigations require more than one sensor. You can connect multiple sensors to a single computing device. When it's time to start recording data in SPARKvue, click the green Start button at the bottom. Data will now appear in the data display. When you are done with the experiment, click the red Stop button located at the bottom to end data collection. Some experiment files are set up to automatically stop recording data. In these experiments, click Start, perform the experiment, and SPARKvue will automatically stop recording data after a preset period of time. Other experiment files use what's called manual sampling, where data is recorded one point at a time. In these files, click the Start button to start data recording. Then, when you're ready to add a data point, click the check mark to record one data point at a time. Click the Stop button to stop recording data. Many of the experiments in Essential Chemistry have you analyze data using a graph display and its tools. Let's take a look at these tools. SPARKvue allows you to collect and display multiple runs of data simultaneously in a graph. If you want to show or hide a run of data, just check or uncheck it in the graph legend. If you want to change units for a measurement, select that measurement and choose the preferred units. This button expands and collapses the graph toolbar. The first tool in the toolbar is the Auto Scale button. Click this button to quickly scale the X and Y axes so all the data in the graph is visible. If you prefer to scale your graph manually, you can click and stretch either the X or Y axis, and click and drag the entire graph to recenter it. It's important to note that dragging the graph around is only possible when the hand icon is selected here. The next button is the Coordinates tool. Clicking this button places a marker on the graph that tells you the XY coordinate pair of any data point. You can drag it around to different points, or use the arrows to nudge it between points. You can add as many of these tools to the graph as you need. Remove an unwanted tool by selecting it, and then click the blue X. You can also click the delta symbol to find the difference between 2 points. If you want to show more than one tool on a dataset on the same graph, the red box in the legend tells you which dataset the tool will work on. To use tools on a different run, first click the color that matches the desired run in the legend, then use the tool. The Statistics tool, with the sigma icon, is used to determine statistical values of a dataset like minimum, maximum, and mean. By default, the Statistics tool analyzes the entire dataset. If you'd like to only analyze a portion of the dataset, switch from the hand icon to the dashed box icon. Now, when you click and drag in the graph, it draws a box that highlights data. Only the highlighted data is analyzed. The next tool is a linear fit tool. Use this tool to find a line of best fit for your data set. The coefficients of the best fit line are shown in the linear fit legend. M is slope, or the ratio of change in the y variable over the change in the x variable. B is the y-intercept. That is the y value where the line crosses through the y-axis. And R is the correlation coefficient. An R value very close to positive or -1 indicates a strong linear relationship between the two variables. Again, if you'd like to only analyze a portion of your data set, with the dash box selected, click and drag a box to highlight the data you want to analyze. Several investigations in essential chemistry use experiment files with multiple pages. To move between pages in SPARKvue, click the right and left arrows at the top of the screen. If the arrows aren't there, the experiment file has only one page. Some of the multi-page experiment files have you record data and analyze it on one page, then use the analysis values in a separate graph on another page. For example, this investigation has you record changes in pressure over multiple runs. Then enter those values in the table on the next page. Be sure to search Pasco's How Do I channel on YouTube for more tips on using Pasco sensors and SPARKvue software.